Hey everybody, welcome back to the Comic Wall. It's your girl, the Outcast Angel, and today let's talk about issue 8 of Oblivion Song. And can I be the first to say, holy crap, we're already on issue 8, whereas it feels like just yesterday I was doing the unboxing video for the collector's edition of issue 1, and I'm kind of just blown away by it, to be honest. Anyway, first off, let's gush about the cover because it's just another beautiful cover by Lorenzo Di Felici and Annalisa Leoni. It's just beautiful. We have of course Nathan in his prison uniform looking out on a waterfall in Oblivion. So of course it's Oblivion, right? And it looks beautiful, guys. I am loving this cover. This one, and I think well, 6, 7, and 8 have been some of my favorite issues or covers so far, and yeah, I'm just loving them, to be honest. Anyway, jumping right in, and I didn't open my laptop beforehand, so forgive me for that. Jumping in, we meet back with Nathan and Heather. Nathan still being stuck in the holding cell that the General Ward has kept him in. And as we saw from last issue, um, Heather is Heather is set on busting Nathan out, only because General Ward and the rest of his department are wanting to turn Nathan's device into a weapon. And as we know, this device is what caused the transference in the first place. And so, um, Nathan is worried that Heather is already a little too involved in this already, but she doesn't care. She says that this is bigger. This is bigger than me, bigger than you, bigger than us. That you know, uh, just go before it's too late. And so Nathan sticks himself with the transport dart that Heather was so kind enough to bring in for him, and as he's getting ready to transfer over, he realizes, wait, I don't even know what floor we're on, and that's when he um, teleports into Oblivion, right over a waterfall. Excuse me, I always have hiccups in my videos. It never fails. Um, right in right over a waterfall in Oblivion, and he takes a pretty nasty tumble down to the riverbed. And before he can really catch his breath, he's attacked by this weird looking monster. It's look at this, guys. Like, really, this is amazing, amazing artwork, and just another glimpse into the type of creatures that live here. I mean, we've seen some of the land and sky creatures, but seeing the creatures of the water, that's pretty. That I'm pretty excited to see where that leads into, and so I just dropped my phone. Sorry about that. And so Nathan scrambles to try and get away, and grabbing the transport dart in the process. But as he grabs it and gets away, he takes another pretty nasty fall down another waterfall, and finally comes to rest at the actual riverbed, or the bottom of the riverbed. And first off, we get another gorgeous spread of artwork in these 2 pages, but and you'll see it because you'll see it cover up the screen right now. But as we see off to the, I think the right hand corner, or your left hand corner at least, um, I'm not even sure. I'm just forget the directions. But off to the right, at least for me, you'll see a little, well, little by our standards on the page, but we see a boat floating along a weird looking boat floating along the river, and we see the shadow of what looks like one of the faceless men. And Nathan notices this, and he seems really freaked out by this. Obviously, I would be freaked out too. at that moment when he realizes what he's looking at, and the wind, I'm having trouble with this video already. I have wind outside and everything, and if you guys haven't noticed, I fixed the microphone issue finally. Hopefully it stays that way. And going back to the story, Nathan transports back to Earth in the middle of a street, and he narrowly misses getting hit by a car, and so he kind of gathers himself up and walks off, and we don't really know where he's going. But in this next scene, we see Duncan on the phone trying to reach Bridget, who, as we saw last time, Bridget is still pretty in love with the man she fell in love with when Duncan was stuck in Oblivion. She didn't know where Duncan was. She thought he was dead, you know. So honestly, I don't think I would really blame her. She needed to take care of herself, you know. Anyway, hey, Lily, go chew that over there. Go chew that over there. Hey, go. Thank you. Please. Oh, she's not gonna stop. But it seems like he's been having a lot of trouble trying to reach her. But then we get a knock on the door, and then we really see where Nathan was heading to, and we see a very disheveled Nathan standing at his door, asking, "Can I use your shower?" But Duncan's obviously pretty pissed at him for good reason. He says, "Won't I end up in jail if I let you in?" Something about harboring a criminal, and Nathan tries to apologize for, you know, not telling him about the device, but Duncan shuts him down by saying, "I'm not even going to ask. I don't even want to know why, because I think I already know, and I don't want to hear you say it out loud, especially because he's the reason why Duncan was stuck in Oblivion for almost 2 years, you know, so that's not going to be easy to forgive." And so Nathan turns to go away, but Duncan lets him in anyway. And as he's coming out of the shower, Nathan asks, "Where's Bridget?" And obviously, he just opened a whole new can of worms that Duncan doesn't want to deal with. And so he ends up asking Nathan to go, as Nathan's trying to explain what he's trying to do. But Duncan's in no shape or condition to really commit himself to anything right now, at least emotionally, you know? And so, hey, she's butting around here. Do you want to be in the video? Hey, come here. Ready? Yeah. There we go. Say hi. This is my baby Lily. She's 4 years old, and she's being a baby right now, so she wants to be on Mama's lap, huh? Hey, give me a kiss. Thank you. Ugh. Anyway, don't shake the table, please. Anyway, in this next scene, we see Ed waiting outside a building as this woman walks out, and he approaches her, calling her Lucy, and Lucy freaks out. She's like, "Back off!" But then she realizes who she's looking at, and she rushes in to hug Ed, or I think even kiss him too. But she's happy to see that he's alive and that he's here. But then she says, "We shouldn't be seen together. Not here. Let's go." And she rushes him into her apartment. And so, what is it? Are you just gonna lay down now? And so, they start talking, saying how, talking about this guy Jonathan, who doesn't seem to be a very good, doesn't seem to be a very tasteful character. And so she turns to Ed saying, "So you weren't in Oblivion. If Nathan found you over there, it'd be all over the news. I used to watch every day hoping they'd find you, but Jonathan was right. You were just hiding out, weren't you?" But obviously not. I mean, look at him. He's been over there for a decade, like he says. And so Ed goes into it saying, "I want to take you there. I want to show you. I want to tell you all about Oblivion, but I want to take you there. I want to show you everything that's there. Beauty as far as the eye can see. You can see the wings of the skin birds as they soar overhead. There are 3 suns. The sunset is amazing. The sunsets are amazing. They play off of each other, and different times of the year, they go down in different order. And that was weird. Um, there's a fly in here. Um, and then he mentions, I have a family there. Uh-oh. And so Lucy's obviously a little, like, she pulls back from this, and she's like, you have a family. And Ed goes into it saying, I know you're with Jonathan, and it's okay. I've been gone a long time. I wouldn't expect you to, stick around. And that's when she says, but I hate Jonathan. I'd have left them years ago if I could. You have no idea what he... And she doesn't get to finish that sentence because there's a knock at her door, and they panic thinking that it's Jonathan. But Ed goes to the door and opens it, trying to protect Lucy. But turns out it's Nathan. Nathan with this stupid smile on his face, and he says, this is the first place I looked. and so there's this little reunion between the three of them where Nathan ends up telling Ed about what's happened and what Director Ward is wanting to do, and he asks for help, saying, I need your help to steal it. And Ed just says, just point me in the right direction, little brother. And Lucy sums it all up. She says it's so great to see you two back together, and it looks great seeing them back together. I know, like me and my brother used to be like a dream team too. Like we'd always we'd go hunting together. We'd go to different stuff together. It was always fun. Anyway, in this next scene, we see Heather walking into Director Ward's office, and he's pissed. He pretty much knows that Heather did this, but he has no proof. And so Heather he doesn't exactly outright ask or accuse her of anything, but he says, are you really going to pretend you don't know why you're here? And she says, frankly, sir, I have work I could be doing. If you want to tell me something, I'd appreciate you getting on with it. And he says, okay, you're good. I'll give you that. But there's no way you completely covered your tracks. And when we put your boyfriend back in a cell, you could very well end up right next to him. And she says, what do you mean back in a cell? Like, what are you talking about? And he just dismisses her. It's beautiful. In this next scene, we see Nathan and Ed back in Nathan's laboratory in the dead zone of where Philadelphia had been transferred over. And they're talking about how they need to, they need to work quick. But at the same time, Nathan takes the time to really apologize for, what happened. Having thrown his brother into oblivion for almost 10 years. And Ed doesn't want to hear it. He's like, damn well I'd be dead if I'd stayed here. You saved my life. I don't know how I'll ever be able to thank you enough. And so Nathan starts to relax a little, and Ed says the funniest thing where he says, that's it, let yourself off the hook, unclench. That unclench part. Anyway, kids playing outside and everything. And so Ed finally, at the end of this issue, Ed says to his brother, I'm happy to help, little brother, but when this is over, I want you to take me back to Oblivion, and I want you to leave me there. So, obviously, Ed is still pretty set on staying in Oblivion, even after whatever time he spent here. Obviously, it's not, it wasn't the best, time for him to be back. It's so disconnected and so, unintimate or intimate. Anyway, yeah, this issue was crazy, and don't you start barking. Hey, don't you start barking. Don't you start barking. Hey, go bark over there then. And so with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, drop a like, show the love, hit that subscribe button to get more of my videos, ring the bell to get notifications on when I post new videos, so that way you guys stay updated and don't miss out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.